Hypermobility is a condition that you're born with, a congenital kind of state of your soft tissue structure in your body that makes you more flexible than other people. Where our collagen structures, meaning the little basic building blocks of our tissues that enable us to stretch and contract, when these tissues are a little bit more stretchy than normal, it would make you have an extra range of motion and make you super flexible. And this is something that's commonly found, especially when you're young, when you're playing with your friends, or when you're doing your NAPFA test. When you do the sit and reach and you realize that, wow, I can go all the way to the front and score 5 points out of 5 super easily, but all my other friends are struggling. But there's a possibility that you might be actually born hypermobile. And this becomes a problem when you start doing vigorous exercises without the knowledge of how you're moving properly. It predisposes you to injuries and also requires a certain and different type of management, meaning that you would need a different type of exercise program to keep your body feeling good and feeling nice. So how do you know whether you're hypermobile? It's the first question. And a test that we physios do to find out whether someone is hypermobile is the 𝘬𝘪 test. So the 𝘬𝘪 test consists of 9 different tests and testing 5 different parts of the body. So it basically tests the range of motion that you have in the thumb, whether you can bring the thumb down to your forearm, and the little fingers. Can you take your little finger more than 90 degrees backwards? For some people, their thumbs can reach their forearms and their little fingers can reach the back of their wrists. And if you score positive of any of these two, it will give you a point of 1 score. But this is only 2 parts of the body. You then move on to the elbow. If you can extend your elbow beyond 10 degrees of hyperextension, that will give you another point. And then knee hyperextension. If you can bend your knees backwards more than 10 degrees on either side passively, that will also give you another score. And the last one of them all would be forward fold. If you can fold your body down, like in the sit and reach, and touch the ground with palms flat on the ground, that would usually mean that you will score another point on the 𝘬𝘪 score. So the cutoff point is 4 points. If you score more than 4 points in the 𝘬𝘪 score, left and right contributing to 1 point each, and we would usually think that, yeah, you would be hypermobile. So what does it mean if you're hypermobile? Basically, what it means is that it makes it super easy for you to compensate when you move. Which means that a simple movement like, for example, kicking a ball, might make you use your very loose ligaments. Ligaments are also made from collagen, which are looser than most people. It gives you the extra range of motion, and it might make you use the extra range of motion. What this actually results in is extra stress and strain to your joints. Usually our muscles are the ones that are controlling our movements, and when we let go of our muscle control and let our very nice and loose ligaments and soft structures of our joints do the job instead, that puts strain right on the joint. So in sports like gymnastics, Olympic weightlifting, and dance, it's very common to see athletes who use extra range of motion from their joints instead of from their muscles. This means that a back bend and a somersault can be executed using the hypermobility of the spine more than their hips. When this balance is really thrown off and you no longer learn how to move through your hips, it just means extra wear and tear to your spine. And this creates pain, it creates injury, and can result in a lot of muscle tightness. So a hypermobile person really needs to know how to move through the correct parts of their body. For example, in a sport of yoga, where most people who are generally more flexible to begin with, who are more hypermobile or born hypermobile, you tend to enjoy that kind of a sport. And I mean, especially if you're not dancing or if you're not doing gymnastics or Olympic weightlifting. So yoga is something that everyone loves doing. It's such a common thing. And the art of yoga means stretching. And literally, if you're hypermobile, stretching is a piece of cake. So are you then stretching to hurt yourself, or are you stretching your muscles in a way that actually benefits it correctly? The technique of stretching is really important, and knowing how you're moving and what you are stretching while you're doing the stretches can really make or break that session and determine whether or not it will be fruitful. People with hypermobility and are currently suffering from pain or injury usually need a 2-step approach, or at least focus on these 2 things when it comes to getting better and dealing the injuries. Number one, it would be to regain and return true flexibility to their muscles and not their ligaments and not the joints. So you got to reverse what has been done. Work on the strength and the control of their muscles, sparing the joints so that they can rest and heal. Secondly, people with hypermobility and injuries wanting rehab will need to learn how to move in general. Moving correctly, putting the strain and stress of normal movements, especially if they are weighted, like when you go to the gym. Learning where to put the stresses and how to control the joint movements is super important. This ensures that the right things are being used when you exercise and prevents unnecessary strain and stress to your joints and tissues. So if you're not sure and you need some help to figure out, number one, are you hypermobile? Or number two, are you messing your body by stretching excessively if you are hypermobile? We are here to give you that advice and the education. Drop in, have a session with us. We'll teach you how to manage it, how to identify it, and how to prevent any possible further injuries while living with it happily and pain-free. Alright guys, thank you for listening. See you again, and remember, like, share, and comment in this post if you found it useful so that we will be more encouraged to create more things for you. Have a good day. See ya. Bye.